So you want to know about the DOL fiduciary ruling expanding the ERISA Act of 1974 and how the investment advice fiduciary definition is being modified to prohibit transaction exemptions for future investment activities. It's a mouthful, but are things always going to be as they were, or is your annuity practice going to fall? Yes, the DOL ruling is 1,023 pages long. It's kind of on a scale of War and Peace, and there's a lot of subject to be interpreted. Yes, there are lawsuits that have been filed trying to overturn it, and they're in varying stages of the legal process. Each side has their own view of how that's going to come out, but nobody has that crystal ball. And yes, there are a lot of questions as to how this ruling is going to actually be implemented. But the past has proven this. Whenever there is a regulation that has been thrown into the mix, it causes a curve in the path of business that needs to be navigated to stay on course. Remember 151A? That was overturned, wasn't it? And what detours has the insurance world had during and after it? Are your applications longer or shorter? Is transferring money from company to company easier or harder? Do clients have the same freedoms they always had before, or do they have to fit the suitability mold no matter what the circumstance is? Change in some form or fashion is going to come. And we have some choices to make, because if you keep your head in the sand, all you're going to do is avoid knowing what your options are. We are in the business of helping those look for financial advice make purposeful decisions. And now it's your turn to do the same. The great news is that change often brings opportunity. So what we want to focus on right now is the opportunity that this inevitable yet undetermined change is bringing up. There's going to be a landscape opportunity in the financial services workflow. The fiduciary ERISA rulings impact many things, but the most clear impact is to IRA and commission-based sales aimed at stopping the $17 billion a year the government claims investors waste in exorbitant fees. As of right now, 65% of all business is commission only, while in 2008 only 1% of advisors were fee only. 60% of the average person's assets are held in IRA accounts. So bottom line, the ERISA change seeks to impact the majority of both advisors and clients out there. When Great Britain and Australia forced similar rules, 25 to 40% of the financial advisors left the industry. There's also been an ongoing demographic opportunity in the financial services workforce. The average advisor is close to 60 years old, and only 11% of advisors are under the age of 35. Every year for the next 10 years, 12,000 to 16,000 financial advisors are expecting to retire. When you couple the workflow change with the workforce trends and you add in the retirement opportunity, you get a powder keg of potential dilemma. We all know that in the neighborhood of 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every day, and that unleashes a total of $18 trillion in tax-qualified assets. Boomers have a clear concern. They need income to navigate the possibility of 30 years of retirement and keeping their health up. Studies have shown that 66% of retirees currently working with an advisor would change advisors for a retirement income plan. And over 75% of retirees would be willing to consolidate all of their assets with one advisor. So what this creates is an imperfect storm. Even without the DOL ruling, the retirement opportunity of a massive amount of tax-qualified plans being unleashed with the concern of expert income planning and consolidation mixed with the workforce trends of retiring advisors depleting the brain pool of experts out there to help is already inequality of people out there that can do total financial income planning and give the people what they want. But when you add on the regulation-infused workflow change impacting the majority of potential advisors and the majority of people's nest egg, you're going to have a lot of people wanting what only few can provide. It's no fun to think of these things as just problems, and with the impending deadlines of April 1st, 2017 and January 1st, 2018, it's probably not even healthy. Instead, you can think of these things as opportunities. To seize this opportunity, you need to rely on the experience of others that have helped advisors transition. We obviously know we have that experience, but we also have proof. William Joseph Capital Management has a program with a 90% pass ratio of obtaining the Series 65. And 95% of our IARs have $1 million or more in assets under management in their first quarter with no prior investment management experience. Our strength is having a dynamic team that can dual focus on helping you alter your workflow and at the same time help you implement proven marketing strategies that tap that crowd of prudent people looking for planning. Not only do we have a training website to help you develop the skills you need to succeed, we also coach our reps to summit their prospecting goals with value-added programs like our Social Security and Retirement Planning Handbook, our CPA Partnering Handbook, our PNC Agency Partnering Handbook, and our proven prospecting and cultivating process that you can use with yourself or with any of these centers of influence or other local advisors who are choosing not to become a full-service financial firm. Even without the DO ruling creating this inevitable yet undetermined change, we know that the clients prefer working with a full-service financial firm, and we can provide them that value. But with a DOL change knocking down a lot of people, William Joseph Capital Management is committed to helping the entrepreneurs and caretakers of this industry get up and make a difference. As an advisor, you're in the business of helping people make a purposeful and meaningful decision. And now you have that exposure to that inevitable yet undetermined impact the industry is facing. And it's the opportune time for you to do the same. With so many variables in such short time, we can narrow down our purposeful decision into 3 categories. 1, you can draw the line in the sand and opt out of the opportunity and potential. You will want to start working on how to refer your financial planning clients over to a full-service financial planner like the ones that William Joseph Capital Management creates. And that's not a bad option because they're going to have experience for a long-lasting relationship with a trusted advisor. 2, you can embrace the potential and make the decision to have a longer conversation with us on how to become an IAR through our firm and how we can help you for years to come. Or 3, you can choose to sit and wait and let indecision be your decision. But be careful, you might not know which way that kick is coming from when it does.